Hi guys, welcome to another How to Make Draws video tutorial. Today, I would like to finish the topic of the mermaids. Last week was posing mermaids, and this week I would like to show you in a video how to paint the hair underwater. I do this the same way, in traditional as in digital technique. I can record the digital one better now, so I'm showing you digitally, but I'll also show you parts of a traditional way. And yes, and as with, I always had a bit trouble with hair. I mean, not that I was bad at it, but I always felt like other people did it far better, and I still do because there's lots of hair experts. But I feel like I found a technique which isn't actually that hard. It's just something you have to figure out for yourself. And since I don't have a problem with hair anymore, especially with the hair underwater, which is lovely, nice and flowy. Okay, let's begin. So we start off with a mermaid. I won't do a super detailed mermaid. It's just our model for our hair. Okay, so now what do we have here? We have a bold mermaid, or I didn't finish the tail. Okay, any old how. So, how do we begin? First off, we start by establishing the overall shape, the overall flow. So let's do that. I'll do it on a new layer. I don't usually, I just will do it now for, yeah, it's probably easier to demonstrate it later, or just to show. Okay, so, what do I think about? Well, I think about kind of flowy lines here, and I think I start off with where is the hairline. So I let's just pretend this is the same mermaid I've been drawing the last thing. So this is, she's got like this bit hair here where it starts off, and this is something which usually goes out a bit. But yes, so how will the general shape of the hair be? How do I want the composition to be in this picture? So I usually go with some kind of swoop. And now I just sort of see where my hand flow really takes me. So I've got like this bit, and I've got a different movement against it. And this is basically what my general shape will be like. And from here, I'll start building strands on top of it. So changing direction, and I don't want to change it flatly. I want to sort of establish these changes of planes. So where we go around the corner a lot. So here, and then I just sort of think of where will the hair from the back come behind. And now it's going again, changing the direction, but we're not like changing it like a piece of paper. But since it is flowy, we always sort of take it a little bit more, add a strand, and always think about the hair which is coming out of the back. So it could be something like this. So this is the general shape. And now let's start adding strands. So where will this one go? I mean, overall, the hair needs to be round about the same length. And it's kind of always turning around. So you always get these intersecting hair, and that's where it gets nice. You can always sort of darken the bits where the new strand sort of leaves a hole in a way in the hair. So, and this is like a too big strand. And when we had a too big one, I sort of think, okay, this might sort of be divided again and do something slightly different than that part. And will it go behind this strand, or will it go above it? It always depends. So in this case, I think I would like to go behind. So it'll come from the bottom, we'll raise this part and go behind this strand. I always also feel that this one needs to be divided as well. So this will be sort of changing the direction here. And this bit will be going on somewhere here. No, I don't like that. See, it's always a bit of a, yeah, just seeing where the flow takes you. So I'm adding this one. Okay, now this looks like this is a plane which is going down like this. So I'm going to see where will I pick up that hair. And this is the back part. And then the back parts of the hair, I always darken, but then it always goes up again. So I bring it back up. And here, avoid tangents. Don't have the same strand and just ending with this hair. So you can just go a bit further and have it going over the general bit. And there, I just sort of erase that part. Just, I always, then at the ends, I always divide these strands up here. This one would look nice if it would have just some hair coming apart from here. Here, I think, okay, this is probably has some hair coming at the back. And this is how you sort of start building the hair. I know this looks a bit messy, but let me sort of erase now parts of the big structure. And now you see, okay, this hair is in front. And this sort of now already feels as if we have, like, if it were in perspective, something like this of a shape. So that's how I shade it. I always shade the hair while painting. I mean, I don't always do it, but the way I've been doing it in this mermaid, because I was sketching it in pencil, and you sort of get the feeling of the volumes better, because you can just sort of, I always use the speckled brush, the patron brush, and you can just sort of go like this on your, like, just you have to change the brush size, and you already have, you always just think, okay, where's the like the highest part of your hair, and there you sort of just leave it out, and it's so simple. Once you just sort of start going, here I just sort of keep painting the strands here. This one also needs a highlight here, back. But then I also go and say, okay, this back part, I always like to darken back parts, because if you over detail everything, you don't have any focus. So I say, okay, this isn't as important. I will just sort of darken this complete part bit. I will darken the hair behind the strand, so it will have a nice, will pop here nicely. So okay, we have to figure out what this hair is doing here. I'll sort of fade that mermaid out a bit so that we can discern between her and the hair. So here I'll sort of have it nicely, just sort of maybe flowing behind the main structure of the hair. I don't want to have it going behind, but then again, so this is the part. And I don't want it always to go like this, so the hair is maybe sort of a bit wobbly. And maybe it's not even going as straight forward like that, because with water you always have a certain flow to it, but maybe it's just going like this. Again, here's the general. And we have the back part of the hair. And now this feels like it's becoming apart. And it's just sort of building it up, strand upon strand. And you really need to get into the feeling of the hair. So, but I don't feel like that it takes very long in a way. It's just sort of structuring the build up right, and don't go into some details at a too early stage, like sort of, you need to know where your strands are. Because basically, for me, this is already enough. I don't need more strands. This is sort of already the general structure of the hair. I'll just sort of probably be defining it a bit more, erasing some parts that don't fit. Keep twisting it, always keep twisting it, and avoid tangents. Like, this is ugly. If these two parts meet, I always go beyond and go maybe here. Hair twisting. maybe not doing the same twist as this one. So this one is twisting downwards, so this one will be turning upwards again. Okay, so now I'll just again add some shading. So this part I'll keep dark. It's at the back, just some hair at the back. And I do think it should have some hair coming out. And also these nice little strands which are not shaded coming out of the, like in the background, they're really important for composition wise and make it really pretty. Okay, so back to this brush. I feel like this needs some shading here. The soft brown, I want the speckled one. I like the speckled brush because it has some texture to it. Okay, so I always decide, is this my shaded bit or is this one my shaded bit? And I feel like that in this case, I also always the one facing away from the characters. Most probably this not shaded bit, but you can sort of have the shading creeping out when the hair turns from away from you to you. Oh God! But yes, I hope that's understandable. But here it's kind of coming from behind, but starting to face us again. So here I will do it in a similar way. Here at the bottom, I'll have it dark, and then sort of think about the shading. And if you do too much, the beauty is that you can just sort of erase parts of the shading again because you don't want to have it everywhere. You just sort of darken everything. Yeah. This one just will be dark now. So this one's all give that some shading as well. This one will have some shading too. This one too. And I'm still with the shading. I'm just doing one stroke. I'm following the structure which is already there and just leaving out some bits which will be light, which will again then give it the glossiness it needs. So, and this is it ready? No, it's not ready. But this is a good basis. This is a good basis for just sort of finishing it up. I feel like this can't go wrong anymore. Oh, everything can go wrong. You can over paint stuff. So here I've got like a couple of strands that I'm going to paint in between. If I get the right brush. Okay. Add just some random strands here and there. Now it's just lines, no more like whole pieces, but lines. Deepening the shadows, or sort of thinking, okay, this one really can be really dark. Having strands coming out of the shadow, peeling into the light, and then getting some shading. I feel like there can be some of this, and maybe sort of some strands here. I'll also, okay, here I feel like this part here is sort of crowded and could use like just an extra strand going something like this, sort of breaking these two lines. And I'll just do that on top and erase the part in the middle. And then shade it again. And I'll have this extra layer, this part of the hair coming forward and doing its own thing. And the stuff in the background still having a nice structure. So, okay, yeah, this one will be also shaded. And I do that in the traditional drawing as well. I erase parts of the hair which I've already painted and then add new strands on top. Sometimes if you press too hard in traditional, it gets harder because then you don't have that much options with erasing. But here you can just sort of say, okay, this strand is going on top, so I have to erase parts. because this is already pretty swooshy. And you could keep going, and I will keep going just for the sake of finishing this up, but I think you get the picture. I hope this helped. I will keep finishing this up. Maybe I will get back to you because I don't know if I'll sort of think of stuff while drawing, but I will sort of probably have this a bit sped up now. This is a new way of doing a video for me. I usually sort of record this afterwards, and I thought, no, I would like to sort of try doing a video while talking to you, just trying out how that works. It's a bit harder because you have to think and draw at the same time, but you also remember more about what you're actually thinking about while drawing. Because I often feel like I forget some stuff I really want to tell you when I'm recording stuff afterwards. So this is a test. And yeah, let's see how this goes. So as you can see, this is the final mermaid. And I personally like a little bit of mess. I like the loose rubbed out bits here and there, and yeah, so I'm quite happy. And as I said, building the hair is usually just finding your big main shape, have your composition set that way, then you sort of build gradually big strands on top, and then you dissect them more and more, sort of go finer and finer, and at the end some fine hairs in the detail. I mean, I could go like super fine white hair still on top of this, and that would look gorgeous as well, but as I said, I don't need this super finish here. These principles go for hair in general, basically. I mean, it's just nice and swishy underwater, but wind-blown hair, same principle. And hair in general, just sort of find the main shape and then dissect these shapes from rough to fine, and you'll find your hair. I really hope this helped and that you can now draw perfect hair, and that you enjoyed this video. Thank you for being my wonderful patrons and making all of these possible, and see you next time. Bye bye.